President TINUBU celebrates Shell Partners' $5 billion deepwater investment as milestone for Nigeria's energy sector. KOGI government pays salary on December 14th to allow timely preparation for Christmas. South Korean opposition leader pushes for quick verdicts on YOON'S impeachment, ease suffering of the people. And in sports, 4 managers sacked in 7 weeks as EPL pressure mounts. A very warm welcome to you. This is MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am GOVT Daniel. Thanks for joining. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu welcomes Shell and its partners of the final investment decision, FID, on the Bonga North Deep offshore field. This landmark development, Nigeria's first deepwater oil project in over a decade, underscores the transformative impact of the president's policies and reforms in attracting investment in the oil and gas sector. The Bonga North oil field, located 130 kilometers offshore in oil mining lease, OML 118, represents an impressive estimated $5 billion investment and is expected to yield approximately 350 million barrels of crude oil. Shell holds the largest operational interest with 55%. Its other partners are the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, ExxonMobil, Total Energies, and Eni. The FID signal renewed confidence in Nigeria's energy sector and demonstrates the effectiveness of the TINUBU administration's strategic focus on engendering a robust and competitive investment climate. President Tinubu remarked, the renewed hope agenda fundamentally focuses on attracting investments to transform the Nigerian economy and deliver prosperity to the people. ECOWAS has given Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger a period of 6 months from January 29th to July 29th, 2025, to reassess their choice to withdraw from the regional organization. On Sunday in Abuja, during the 66th ordinary session of the ECOWAS heads of state and government, Dr. Omar Toure, the president of the ECOWAS Commission, declared a 6-month grace period. He said the authority takes note of the notification by the Republic of Burkina Faso, Republic of Mali, and Republic of Niger of the decision to withdraw from ECOWAS. The authority acknowledges that by the provisions of Article 91 of the revised ECOWAS Treaty, the 3 countries will officially cease to be members of ECOWAS from January 29, 2025. The authority decides to set the period from January 29, 2025 to July 29, 2025 as a transitional period and to keep ECOWAS doors open to 3 countries during the transition period. In this regard, the authority extends the mandates of the President of Togo and the President of Senegal to continue their mediation role up to the end of the transition period to bring the 3 member countries back to ECOWAS. Without prejudice to the spirit of the opening, the authority directs the President of the Commission to launch withdrawal formalities after the end of the deadline of January 29, 2025, and to draw up a contingency plan covering various areas. The authority directs the Council of Ministers to convene an extraordinary session during the 2nd quarter of 2025 to consider and adopt both separation modalities and the contingency plan covering political and economic relations between ECOWAS and the Republic of Niger, Republic of Mali, and Burkina Faso. The Kogi state government has said the payment of December salary on the 14th of December is to enable civil servants plan and enjoy their Christmas and New Year holidays after working so hard throughout the year. The Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, said, with this gracious approval by Governor Usman Odudu, civil servants who would want to travel for their holidays could also plan ahead without having to wait for salaries later in the month. Fanwo, who addressed newsmen, said a similar thing was done during the Salah break to enable civil servants celebrate with their loved ones. Also, civil servants has worked hard over the years and has supported development policies and projects in no small measures. It is incumbent on them to also make the Yellowtide an enjoyable one. Fanwo said the governor who would continue to prioritize the welfare of civil servants in the state in his continuous commitment to rewarding hard work and dedication to duties. It will be recalled that Kogi State was one of the very first states to pay the new minimum wage to state workforce. In a related development, civil servants in the state have continued to commend the governor for giving priority to their welfare. The attention of the media office of Yahaya Bello has been drawn to a not only mischievous but absolutely senseless report published by a blog called Daily Excessive, which attributed fake quotes against President Bola Ahmed TINUBU to their principal, the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. This clarification is, however, necessary for the record and for the benefit of social media users who circulate fake news without fact-checking the details. The report, which is part of the desperate plot by irresponsible politicians to strain the relationship between our president and former governor Yahaya Bello, is the most laughable twist in their failed bid to execute their bring him down at all costs mirage. The media office of Yahaya Bello hereby says that the report is circulation by one Daily Excessive blog, which quoted the former governor to have said that he would reveal to the world how President TINUBU became president, is not only misleading but also a confirmation of how unintelligent some unrelenting distractors of the former governor are. Every Nigerian who has been following court proceedings since the former governor submitted himself to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission knows that trial has not commenced in any of the cases. Former Governor Bello has only taken his plea at both courts. According to the media, the court is an open place where proceedings are monitored by journalists and other stakeholders. This is the reason no informed Nigerian would even consider opening the sick reports by an excessive fake news purveyor called Daily Excessive. But a conquered mind is a sick mind, so they understand the plight of the mischief makers. They, however, wish to stress that even those that the hatchet job executors are trying to confuse know that Yahaya Bello has great respect for the person and office of the president and would never make such ridiculous remarks attributed to him against the president. Yahaya Bello will continue to support the president and his party, the All Progressives Congress, despite the misleading picture his distractors are trying so hard to paint. They have alerted security agencies to unveil the identities of those behind the website that was used in circulating this fake report and will ensure that the purveyors of the fake news face the legal consequences of their action. Communities in and around new layout area of Lokoja local government area have collectively made a commitment to work towards owning and ensuring the protection of water facilities located in the area. This is as the Commissioner of Water Resources, Yahaya Farouk, disclosed that henceforth the Ministry of Water Resources will get the buy-in of communities before it begins to work in such communities. The Commissioner said anywhere in the state that has water facility, the Minister will, through their traditional rulers, youths and water users, get their commitments to own the facility, pointing out that it will no longer be business as usual.
We discovered that apart from our own main transmission line that are either deliberately or mistakenly vandalized, what of those ones that are serving you directly into your own homes? They are broken, they are abandoned, and unfortunately in this 21st century, and in Lokoja, where the Hausa person said, Garambaturi, we are one of the most civilized people on earth in Africa. If we are looking for civilization, come to Lokoja. Wherever anybody comes from, bring him to Lokoja, give him 1, 2, 3 months. He will wise up. But we now see us celebrating fetching clean water from gutter. See your house. You have a line connected to your house. It has a little breakage. You refuse to address it. Public water supply comes, but you, the owner of the house, and people around are coming to arrange their pails and start fetching from water. This is Lokoja. Now, I'm the first Commissioner of Water Resources from Lokoja, but I'm the third from Lokoja local government. The Chairman House Committee on Water is from Lokoja. You now have an SSA in water from the same Lokoja. Well, I'm on air every day, crying, talking about vandalization. If this thing is happening right in my own community, what moral right do I have to go and start talking to other people to own their facility? All these pipes you are seeing belongs to you and me. It doesn't belong to government. Who is the government? We are the government. You and I are the government. So, the main crux of the issue here is that we want us to talk as a family, to agree on what to do that will help all of us. Another thing I observe is people connecting water pumping machines directly on our lines. I quite believe they too know that it's wrong. It's not only illegal, but it is wrong. You are doing a lot of damage and disservice to your immediate environment and those that are waiting to have this water. Connection of water pumping machine on our lines is illegal.
The state government going forward must get the commitment of communities that it will safeguard and take ownership of water facilities. The commitment of the Angwan Tiv and other communities in Lokoja was the outcome of a stakeholders engagement organized by the Commissioner for Water Resources, Yahaya Farouk, which according to the Commissioner was at the instance of Governor Ahmed Odudu.
The glory of God, with support, encouragement of His Excellency, we were able to treat water in the old Lokoja waterworks and then connect it to the Tank B, which is the one that is carrying 3 million liters of water, which is along Manpati Road. So, as difficult as it looked that time, when we went into it, your suffering, Almighty Allah knows, and the intention of the governor, God knows. So it was premised on these two that we succeeded in doing that. So the next is distribution, which is a very minor something. Fortunately, it is even higher than the Tank A. So wherever Tank A reaches, that Tank B can even go beyond there. So it is now left for us, the water board, when we succeed in synchronizing the whole thing, for them to bring up a rationing formula for the town that will take care of the two sections. Taking care of the two sections in this sense, as I've earlier initiated, is to take care of areas where Tank A is taking care of. Army Barracks, Supoli, and also where Tank B originally is taken care of. So that whether come rain or sun, flood or no flood, Lokoja will no longer have complaint about water. So this, I can say, we are already at 90–95% achieving this. Water board will come up with a rationing arrangement which everybody in Lokoja will know, because a mini customer care center will be opened in the old Lokoja waterworks there when we finish, where everybody can lay complaints. And from there, announcements will be coming up time to time. This area, you will know when you will be getting water. The other area, you will know when you will be getting. And to some extent, how many hours that water will last for you, they will tell you. So, and if we have any challenge, if water board has any challenge, that a certain area that is supposed to have water cannot get at that time, you will be duly informed appropriately.
The commitment sought to the establishment of a tripartite committee geared towards protecting and owning water facilities as well as check wastage as observed by government.
I am from Lokoja, but I am not aware that this area for up to 3 years behind, water was not coming. So the level of damage we saw in the pipelines, both our major distribution line and domestic connections, I was not afraid. I say it is okay, it is normal. If for 2-3 years water doesn't rush, most of us have already lost hope. They just see the tap, nobody just care. So for 2 consecutive days, contractors came, along with the water board staff. They go around blocking blockable pipes, you understand, connecting those that they can connect, and for them to be able to repair this one at the back. The daily production capacity of the old Lokoja Water Works itself have to be enhanced. So we now have to go back into the facility itself and start some work afresh. And we have some areas there where for more than 40-50 years they have not been tampered with. And you can imagine what will happen if suddenly we just get in there. Having achieved what we have achieved, even the other tank, the one at behind Senator Tunde Ogbeha's house near garage, we are able to rehabilitate it. As I talk to you now, there's water in the tank. We are just leaving it there. We are going to use it to wash, to flush, and then possibly connect and dedicate that one to GRA. As we are coming on, we reached a stage, as at last week, that, okay, where we are now, when we start releasing water, we will no longer stop. This festive period coming, we don't want anybody to have complaint of water. So what we did, as at last Wednesday, we were able to get up to 160, 170 liters of water into that tank.
The Kogi State government says it has enrolled 167,000 persons to its health insurance scheme to achieve the universal health coverage in the state. The Executive Secretary, Kogi State Health Insurance Agency, Adekunle Aledari, disclosed this in Lokoja shortly after defending the agency's 2025 budgets. He added that the agency is projecting to enroll additional 150,000 persons into the health insurance scheme in 2025. According to him, they have the mandate to ensure that all residents of Kogi State have access to quality and good healthcare services without suffering financial hardship while going for those services. He charged Kogites to embrace health insurance, adding that it remains the best way to achieve universal health coverage and that with health insurance, the people's health is assured. They are prepared to ensure that the people of Kogi State have access to good health services without suffering financial hardship. Nobody deserves to be pushed into extreme poverty after an episode of payments for hospital expenditure. He also stated that they don't expect people to become poor as a result of paying for health services. That is why they need a prepayment mechanism, which is health insurance, to provide them financial protection and to give them mental and financial peace so that they can have quality life. Ijaw leader Edwin Clark on Sunday asked President Bola Tinubu to urgently declare a state of emergency on roads in the South-South region. In letter addressed to the president, Clark decried the deplorable condition of roads in the oil-rich region, describing it as a critical issue causing immense hardship to its residents. He urged President Tinubu to prioritize the rehabilitation and reconstruction of the region's road network in the 2025 federal budget to alleviate the suffering of the people and support economic development. Clark maintained that the region, being the treasure base of the country, should deserve some level of attention. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has approved the appointment of a chairman and 4 commissioners for the Borno State Local Government Service Commission. Governor spokesman Dauda Iliya made the announcement that the newly appointed chair, Modu Musa, previously served as chief of staff to the then governor, now Vice President Kashim Shettima, from December 2014 to May 2019. Modu Musa also represented Abadam, Guzamala, Kukawa, and Moba in the House of Representatives from 2003 to 2007. Other appointees to serve as commissioners include Yerima Saleh, Maji Aji, Adamu Tinta, and Mala Bama. Governor Zulum congratulated the appointees and expressed confidence in their ability to deliver on their responsibilities. However, the statement added that all the appointments are subject to confirmation by the Borno State House of Assembly. The former Minister of Youth and Sport Development and the Kwara Central Senatorial District candidate in the 2023 general election, Bolaji Abdullahi, has resigned and officially dumped the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In a statement, he personally signed an address to the ward chairman of PDP, Ubandawaki Ward, Ilori West local government area of the state. The former Commissioner of Education did not disclose the reason behind his resignation. The statement read, he writes to formally resign his membership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. He has had ample time to reflect, and he has come to the difficult conclusion that it is the only tenable option for him at the time. The publicity secretary of the party, Olushola Adewara, confirmed the development on Monday, saying yes, the ward chairman communicated the letter to them through the state secretary. They can only wish him well in his endeavor. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, says an oil spill incident occurred at the Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, loading terminal, SMI, in Borno Rivers. In a statement on Sunday, Osage Edward, NIMASA's head of public relations, said the spill, which happened on December 14, resulted from a ruptured pipeline at the terminal. Edward disclosed that the SPDC responded promptly by shutting down the affected pipelines and deploying containment booms to protect the neighboring communities. He added, although the spill has reached the shoreline, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, is actively monitoring the situation from an emergency operations center, and the agency is collaborating with SPDC and other relevant stakeholders to assess the extent of the spill and determine necessary follow-up actions. Edward urged the public to remain calm, assuring that the agency is committed to mitigating the spill's impact and restoring affected areas. We go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
MLC TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Thanks you are still there. Now on crime. The Nigerian Army has apprehended a notorious bandit leader and arms dealer, Baka Wogi, also known as Baka Nagaba, who is believed to be behind the murder of the Emir of Gobe, Isa Mohammed Bawa, in Sokoto State. Wogi was arrested on December 14th by troops from the 1 Brigade during an operation in Shikamfi Town, Zamfara State. The arrest came after intelligence reports led soldiers to a location where Wogi was reportedly receiving medical treatment for injuries sustained in a clash with a rival bandit group. According to sources, Wogi had multiple cuts and gunshot wounds when he was transported to a nearby hospital for care. While 2 of his accomplices managed to escape during the operation, another individual involved in transporting Wogi on a tricycle was captured. Next on our foreign news. South Korean opposition leader Lee Jae-myung urged the country's constitutional courts to swiftly formalize the impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol, following his controversial martial law decree. The move, which lawmakers described as an insurrectionary act, has thrown the nation into one of its worst political crises in recent years. Yoon was suspended on Saturday after lawmakers impeached him with votes, Now the Constitutional Court is evaluating the charges and will decide in 180 days whether to uphold impeachment or not. In the meantime, Prime Minister Han Duck-soo has assumed interim leadership. While the court has up to 180 days to reach a verdict, Lee pressed for urgency and said this is the only way to minimize national turmoil and alleviate the suffering of the people. Lee also called for accountability, underscoring the need to investigate the circumstances behind Yoon's martial law declaration. South Korea's conservative president Yoon Suk-yeol has reportedly ignored summons from prosecutors investigating him on charges of insurrection as he faces impeachment after imposing martial law. Israel has announced it will close its embassy in Dublin, citing the Irish government's stance on Israel, particularly its support for a petition after the International Court of Justice, ICJ, accusing Israel of genocide. Foreign Minister Gideon Saar made the announcement on Sunday describing Ireland's action as extreme anti-Israel policies. In a shocking incident, a man chopped off 4 fingers due to work pressure. The man worked as a computer operator at his relative diamond firm and cut 4 fingers of his left hand using a sharp knife. Gujarat Surat, a policeman, said in a shocking incident, a man chopped off 4 fingers due to work pressure. The man worked as a computer operator at his relative's diamond firm and cut 4 fingers of his left hand using a sharp knife. Mayor Tarapara, 32, took the drastic step as he did not have the courage to inform his relative that he no longer wanted to work at his firm due to the immense stress and pressure he faced at the workplace. According to the policeman's statement, the loss of fingers would have made Tarapara unfit for the job as he worked as a computer operator in the accounts department of Anabs James, located in Varashia Mini Bazaar. Earlier, the victim told the police that he was on his way to meet a friend on December 8th on a motorcycle. He felt dizzy and fell unconscious by the side of a road near Vendetta Circle in Amroli. When he woke up after 10 minutes, he discovered 4 of his fingers had been cut off. The police first suspected that the fingers may have been taken for black magic purposes, and a case was registered at Amroli police station. The case was then transferred to the city's crime branch. The officials examined the CCTV footage, deployed technical surveillance, and gathered human intel. The investigation revealed that Tarapara's injuries were self-inflicted. Next is sports updates. The English Premier League has witnessed a managerial shake-up like no other this 2024-2025 season, with 4 managers parting ways with their clubs in just 7 weeks. As the pressure to deliver results intensifies, the revolving door of managerial changes highlights the high stakes and cutthroat nature of one of the football's most competitive leagues. All 4 dismissals were recorded within 49 days, from October 28, 2024 to December 15, 2024. The pressure in the Premier League shows no signs of easing, as speculation swells about who might be the next manager to face the axe. With club owners growing increasingly impatient for results, every overwhelming performance intensifies scrutiny. Momentum is building around potential candidates for dismissal, as fans and pundits alike dissect tactics, resulting in squad morale. A league where expectations are sky high, the managerial hot seat has never been more volatile. It only begs the question, who is the next to be fired, with 2 of the managers getting sacked within a few hours difference on Sunday? Visibly distressed England captain Ben Stokes suffered a recurrence of an hamstring injury on Monday while bowling during the 3rd test against New Zealand in Hamilton. Stokes, who suffered a torn hamstring on the same left leg in August, was to undergo a scan on Monday night or Tuesday morning after hobbling off midway through the afternoon session, clutching his leg. The inspirational 33-year-old is doubted to bat in the 4th innings of the test at Sidon Park, where England has been set a nominal target of 658 to win. They were 18-2 at Storms on day 3. Batting coach Marcus Treshkotik said it was tough for Stokes to accept he was injured again. our entertainment desk. A Nigerian, Samuel Nwanjaju, became the first African to win the Mr. International pageant at the 16th edition of the pageant in Bangkok, Thailand. Established in 2006 by the late Alan Sim, the former president and founder, Mr. International is one of the world's largest male beauty pageants, second only to Mr. World in terms of national level competitions. The Singapore-based organization has grown to attract participants from over 80 countries with an annual average of 38 contestants. For the first time in 16 years, the Mr. International organization allowed fathers, married and divorced men to compete. Nwanjaju, a 23-year-old model and University of Port Harcourt undergraduate, who also won the Best Swimwear category, secured the title by competing against 47 other contestants, the highest number in the pageant history. Nwanjaju secured his place in this year's competition in June by winning the Mr. of Nigeria 2024 title during a grand event at the Lagos Oriental Hotel. Although the specific cash prize or award for the Mr. International competition is not explicitly disclosed, winners enjoy various forms of recognition, such as sponsorships, endorsements, and opportunities to collaborate with global brands and organizations. Additionally, the title holder participates in charitable and promotional events worldwide during their reign. Nigerian female music star Tiwa Savage has opened up about the relentless criticism she endures, particularly regarding her choice of outfits. In a recent podcast interview, the singer expressed her frustration at being judged for wearing bikinis and how critics often age-shame her. Drawing a comparison, she highlighted how older women in other cultures are celebrated for maintaining their looks, in the likes of Beyoncé, who is in her 40s and wears bikinis. But Americans don't age-shame her. They say, for her age, black don't crack. It's celebrated when you look good as you age. But here in Nigeria, they criticize instead. Tiwa also addressed remarks about the impact her appearance might have on her son, and she confidently said, "They say when her son grows up, he's going to see this, but she knows her son will see her as a powerful and beautiful woman." The singer's remark reflects her resolve to stay true to herself despite societal pressures. The government of Kogi State mourns the passing of Enema Paul, who succumbed to a protracted illness. The Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, stated that Enema Paul served the people of Kogi State with great dedication. He was a former Commissioner for Rural Development, a one-time Deputy Speaker of the Kogi State House of Assembly, and a sitting member of the Assembly until his untimely demise. As a distinguished legislator and devoted servant of the people, Paul embodied the values of hard work, unity, and commitment to the progress of our dear state. He was a detribalized leader who believed in the vision of a greater Kogi State. The Governor of Kogi State, Ahmed Usman Ododo, expressed profound sadness over this irreparable loss. He described Paul's death as a heavy blow not only to his family and the Kina local government area, but also to the entire state. The government of Kogi State prays for the eternal repose of Enema Paul's soul and asks that God grants his family and loved ones the fortitude to bear this loss. May his legacy continue to inspire us all. And this is where we wrap it up on today's news. For more information or contributions and advert placements, please call the numbers displayed on your screen. Join us daily to watch our news and other exciting programs that will brighten your day. You can also subscribe to all our social media handles to watch our previous and subsequent programs. We are MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brothers and sisters keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am GOVT Daniel. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.